On today's episode of Project Pure Athlete, we dive into part 4 of the backyard vertical jump overhaul with Haley and Caitlin down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I know you've been asking for it. I apologize, but we're going to get right into it. If you haven't watched parts 1 through 3, I'd recommend you do that first. The links are in the description below, so go check that out. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button, smash the like button. It helps the channel grow and helps us reach more athletes and coaches worldwide. Let's not wait any longer. Let's dive right into part 4, where we take a look at some more drills, some more of those technical interventions that help those athletes put on inches in just 3 days of work with us here at Project Pure Athlete.
We're about focus, balance, and coordination. This one is going to help with the position that I was talking to you about inside, where we're trying to get that foot, hip, and shoulder lined up when we push so that everything goes upward. We call it being stacked, right? Shoulder, hip, ankle, stacked. That's a term that I kind of made up just because it's like scientifically, you can use other words, but stupid sounding. So we'll use stacked. So we'll use this half here. We're going to start with a forward hop. You're gonna mirror me, so I'll stand in front of you. You guys can stand there. Just pick your favorite leg. We all have one. This is mine. I'll pick this. Float the second favorite leg up in front. Okay. Relax into the hip. So relax that knee. We don't want to have a stiff knee. We don't want to have a super bent knee. We just want to have a relaxed hip. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a tiny little hop, like I'm talking small, and then a small balance. So from here, little hop, little balance, and then find that position again. It's gonna be harder than it looks. I've done this tens and tens of thousands of times. Little hop, little balance, and you're trying to every time reinforce shoulder, hip, ankle. Okay, so up and back. Good, little hop, little balance. Good. So you see, Haley, see how your foot's starting to tuck? It's natural. We do a lot of things where we're on one foot and the foot's back. This is gonna be the thing where we do where the foot stays out in front the whole time. Little hop, little balance. Good, soft little catch of the body. Go again, we're gonna hop.
No balance.
But this is what we're doing, right? We're taking some weak points, like little hose with holes in it, and we're just plugging them. We're trying to create new positions for you. This is gonna help with blowing through takeoff. You just gotta get some reps in. Little hop, little balance, perfect. When you land, stiff leg right now. Soften just a little bit so we can use the muscles of the hips. Little hop, little balance. And again, I want you to pay attention to a few things when you're hopping. One is gonna be like, where are your eyes? What are you doing with them? Where are you looking? If you're looking down, we should know what happens when you look down. Where does your body want to go? Down. Your body follows your eyes, always. You can't trick it, I promise you, I've tried. So forward, trust that your leg is gonna be there all the time. Trust that your foot is always attached to your leg, okay? Soft hop, soft balance, hop, balance, good. Foot hop, good. Little hop, little balance. Beautiful, beautiful. And all we're doing is creating little new pathways. Good, yeah, you can rest that down just to the yellow line's fine. Flip around, let's go other leg on the way back. Now, I imagine because you picked your favorite leg, this one's gonna be a little harder. So slow and steady. You wanna fight and embrace the wiggles. If you try to just hop through the wiggles, okay, you got a new favorite leg.
Oh my gosh.
Little hop, little balance. Be motivated by the instability. Be motivated by it. Don't be discouraged by it. All this. So what we do is we'll catch ourselves briefly on the ball of the foot, and then we just want to recover the heel, which is you get that hop, and then you find the heel as quick as you can, and that's going to ensure that the shoulder falls back over the hip. Okay. Right. We want to. There you go. What's that?
Go.
That's okay. Falling's fine. Falling's fine. We like to fall.
Not on the concrete.
Yeah, I mean, don't like fall.
I was playing pickleball and I dove for a ball.
Here we go. That's good. That's fine. Little hop, little balance. It's probably gonna cook. What part of your leg do you feel this the most in? Like put your hand on the muscle of your body that you feel light up the most.
I feel calf.
Okay, calf is normal. Also here is where we're gonna try to strengthen. This is called our anterior, the front of our shin, our tib. That muscle is a huge jumping muscle, okay? That beefy part will develop as we get more stable, okay? And it'll allow us to use our ankle quicker, which is gonna help you push, okay? So So shake the legs, shake the legs. So that's single leg hops forward. Now single leg hops sideways, lead leg. So here, same thing, foot out in front, little hop, little balance, little hop, little balance. This one's going to, again, it's gonna feel, so the other leg there, Caitlin, so you're gonna hop, yeah, on the right. Yep, so that's a variation too that we're gonna do next, trail leg. Good. And this one, what we wanna do is on our landing, we wanna try to see if we can't get that foot to stay relatively forward. It's gonna force us to play around with where our shoulders are, where our hips are, where our eyes are. Gotcha.
I was looking at her.
Got him! Gotcha.
Look up.
It's funny, you started so far apart.
Straighten out my foot.
That's okay. Your foot might spin naturally because of maybe some tightness in your hips, and that's okay. You just aim for it. If you land and it's open, I don't want you to go, damn it! I just want you to go, boop, and just put it back. That's it. Right, we embrace it. We embrace it.
Oh no!
There we go. A little hop, little balance. Good. You got it. That's it. Straighten it. But then when you land, straighten it back out and go again. And what's going to happen is eventually, over time, your body will recognize that correction, and it'll fix itself. There you go. That's better. Awesome. Good.
Oh my god.
Good. Little hop, little balance. Very nice. Foot in front. There you go. Doesn't have to be like here, but if we want to float it a little bit, it's going to help to keep the hips balanced. And you'll see, like when I do these hops, you can see that like there's not a ton of movement on these landings because my body is orientated or positioned correctly. And that just takes hella time over, months and years. Eventually you just become better and better. Okay, so other foot, let's lead back with that other leg. You'll face the exact same way you were. Yeah, so now, much more important that you're focused on shoulders, hips, ankles being in line. And you'll see it, you'll feel the difference when you hit the right contacts. Some of them will feel stable, some of them will feel like you landed on, a trampoline or something and you're trying to balance on that. Good. Eyes forward. Beautiful. And it's cool to watch because like you guys will start out at a certain distance and I can see the trends, right? Like you're starting to creep in a little bit, which means you're leaning a little forward, and you're starting to creep back a little bit, which means you're leaning just a hair too much back. So this is how you're able to kind of use stuff to our advantage. So when you do these on your own and you're gonna be like, yeah, Tyler, I will introduce these, is use a line, okay? When you're by yourself and you don't have a reference points or a coach, yeah, go all the way to the white line. When you don't have a coach around, use a line. It'll help to keep you kind of on a straight. There we go, there we go. Come on. Our legs are gonna be sore tomorrow, but they're gonna work really well.
I like being sore. My
stomach hurt.
Stomach hurts?
Yeah.
Why's your stomach hurt? You feel like nausea kinda? What'd you eat today? Tell me you ate something.
What did we eat?
French toast and strawberry and bananas.
Okay.
Eggs.
Eggs? Okay, hop over into the shade for just a second. Let's grab a sip of water before we go into the next variation. We hop with the leg outside and we hit. The force is hitting our knee from this side here. Boom, on the outside. When we hop this way, it's gonna hit us to the inside. So we need to take forces from all different angles on our knees so that the stability improves. Okay, if we always just do like forward moving things or just backward moving things, then our body forms inconsistencies. Is it just the dial?
I think. I don't know. He always does it. That works.
There we go. Good. Yeah, don't skirt through. Try to fight that landing just for a second. That's why you'll hear me say little hop, little balance, little hop, little, and you're like, shut the fuck up. Trust me, sometimes I'm like, Tyler, you sound ridiculous, but you just do it. The only reason I do it is because I keep having athletes jump higher and I just, something's working. Something's working. There we go. Fight. Good. Haley, good job. Periphery. I can see you using, you're still looking down, but you're keeping your eyes forward, which is good. And there we go. Caitlin's got the same idea.
What the heck?
I was at a Canadian university, I want to say 5 months ago. And these are university level volleyball players. I'm talking like it was the guys' team. These are phenomenal athletes. They have, you know, high 30, 40-inch verticals. I had them do single leg hops, and they were like on a hole much worse than this, and they were frustrated as hell, and they're like, dude, like, come on, do we have to be doing this? They started doing them. I got text messages and DMs from probably 3/4 of the team 6 weeks later when they retested their combine, and all of them went up. And they said, all I introduced into our regime that was different were single leg hops. It's the only thing. So fight through this awkward, wiggly stuff, and there's greener pastures on the other side. There's a pot of gold. But instead of gold, it's gains, and it's vertical, and it's in the end of the rainbow. What a weird analogy.
Hi, Caitlin.
You guys are, this round, this is best one yet. And I can tell what's happened is what we started with our single leg into our laterals. Your body is starting to form new pathways, and you can see, I bet you can feel the difference in stability even from the start to the end of this drill. Good. And every single hop that you're having difficulty on is not because of your leg strength or anything. It's exactly because of these, because you're getting concerned and looking down. That's it. So once you're like, okay, whatever, and you look up, it's gonna start to really pattern itself in there, okay? Shake it, let me just make sure I get the next drill for you. I'm making you do like lots of stuff. Obviously, one, because I'm only down here for the weekend, so I'm teaching you a ton in one, so it's gonna be, you're gonna get a good workout, and lateral double jump with pause. I can show you a progression of this. I'm only gonna have you do a few of them because I think they should be saved for when you guys get even a little bit more strong over time. But we can take that lateral, that sideways hop, and we can add some stuff into it to be more specific to jumping, is from this position here, and hop. So it's hop, up, land, hop, up, land. And you'll notice what happens. Watch, I'll face you and do this. I want you to watch shoulders and hips and ankles and what's happening here. Okay, I'm trying to fight to keep center of mass over top of my hips. The moment it, watch, I'll try to do it with my forward lean. It's like I'm on my toe, it doesn't feel right, and we're not reinforcing good positions. So let's try a few. Let's do maybe like 5 per side with the lead leg. So it's the outside foot, small hop, quick, up, and hold. Good. So other foot there, Caitlin. That's okay. There we go. Little hop, up, and hold. Good. And we want to be on the ball of the foot as best as we can when we make that contact. 5. Oh. Up and hold. Okay, now switch feet, come back. I just want you to know this. I also want to get it on camera so that when you go back and review, you know that there are additional things. Good. Hop. It's 5. Okay. So that is, those that we went through were all warm-up drills. Okay, and I know you're all both like, okay, I got you. A little bit of warm-up, feeling nice. We're gonna take a short little break just to let the body kind of calm down, let the muscle tissue soften a little bit, and then we're gonna go into some technique-specific stuff. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so water, like get this cool, get little tan lines like that.
I wear these all the time. Like I'll be out on the boat and I'll be wearing them.
Yeah, get that, just that perma tan line. All right, bouncy, okay? What we're gonna think first is I just want you to, on the ball of your feet, this is kind of like, almost like boxing, like just a little bit of bounce back and forth. Don't let your feet leave the ground. And I want you to shift your weight. And you're gonna notice my hips, side to side. And I want you to feel like when you load one side, it hits a point where it gets almost like a recoil, like you're like boing, 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 and you have these little springs. Okay, I want you to start thinking about jumping differently. It's just a little bit more like it's part of who your body is and what your body is. Okay, bounce. Now, we're gonna take this kind of side to side swag, shoulder over hip, and we're going to just kind of skip foot to foot. And I want you to allow that body to shift back and forth,
I feel like I'm getting
side to
ready for
side.
boxing.
Right, it's kind of like you can have like a jump rope, side to side. I don't want you to get too much into like side to side. I want you to think up and down because you're pushing down. Good. Once your calves kind of get like lit up and your legs start to feel sore, just take a second, shake them out. We're gonna open this bounce up a little bit and we're gonna start kind of what's called bound. We're gonna take off the ground just a hair more. Okay, so we have that side to side, little bound and pop. And we're bounce. And I want you to push through the ball of the foot. If you notice from the side, what happens is my foot and toe stay up. I don't want to get too much into like keeping my toes flexed and down, or else we're not able to get that real nice full range of motion. Okay, so bounce, push through the ball of the foot, push down, and allow that body to shift. Shift, back and forth, bounce. This stuff, I grew up like just doing. You'll be like, what are you doing, man? I don't know.
Bouncing.
Just bouncing, because bouncing creates an atmosphere that is bouncier. Bouncier means jumping higher. Good, shake the legs out. Okay, so we have the rhythm tied into the legs. I like that. We want to soften the knees, soften the hips, and feel that recoil. Bounce, bounce, bounce. The last thing of the equation, and what we're having some difficulty with, especially with a standing jump, was the arms. We need to create what's called an impulse. We need to sync up the arms to the feet. Okay, syncing up the contacts, but the downward movement of the hand down should correspond to the hit of the foot. So now we're gonna do the bounce, but we're gonna, with both arms, we're not gonna cycle them like a run. We're almost gonna chug them like a train. Okay, so I want you to just let the arms kind of do this. You'll feel like pulse, just do this. So down and forward, pulse, 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 pulse. Okay, so you're gonna come backwards. We wanna go, so bring your hands back, put your thumbs almost on your back, and then down and forward. Hands in your back, down and forward, down and forward. Push down, there you go. Strike down, good. And now pick up that rate of speed. And I want you to feel your shoulders. We're trying to aim for like a little elastic. Whoop. So here, you should feel bounce through the shoulders. Boom, boom, strike the ground. Good, that's better. Down. There we go, down. Good, once you have that down movement, you can start picking it up. Down, down, down. And you'll notice that the bottom of my hand stays parallel to the floor. I'm not pointing my fingers, I'm striking down. Hoop, hoop. Now, once you have that, once you feel like you got, yeah, I can strike my hands down, we're gonna get that foot back, and then we're gonna add the cycle of the hands down on the contact. Good, eyes forward. Down, down, down. And it's a rhythm. So this is like almost like a little bit of dance lesson where we're just upping rhythm. So it's very important when you practice this stuff on your own, if you can, set up your phone, take video of yourself. You don't have to show anybody, take video of yourself, but then scroll through it to see if your hand and your foot are striking down at the same time. Let's try this again. Go again. I don't care how awkward it feels. There you go. Eyes forward. You have it. You have it. You're getting it. Good.
I keep switching my arm.
But that's okay. When you find that you're like, okay, I'm out of control, just stop, shake out. Good. Breathe. Exhale and relax. When we get into a state, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, when we do retest tomorrow, it's going to be different than our pre-test. I'm going to spend a lot of time like, you're going to jump, and then I'm going to talk to you, and then you're going to jump again. I'm going to talk to you, okay? What's happening is our breathing will control a ton of the ability for our muscles to pop and react. If you are up here, like you're getting stressed, this, fuck, get it, damn. What happens is the muscles, they don't fire as well. So as soon as you get out of control, as soon as you're at a point where you're like, something's up, doesn't feel right, stop, go. And like exhale.
Before I serve.
Exactly. Why do you do that before you serve? Why? Focus. To settle everything so that you're in control, So the same thing happens with practicing for skill, is the moment you allow yourself to just try to fucking force yourself through all this crap that doesn't feel right, you're teaching yourself bad behavior. So just stop, take a second, not going anywhere. And then exhale hard, like empty your guts, and then start again. So let's try it again. Let's see if we can get like a handful of nice contacts in a row, boom, boom. And if you have to start like this, without coming off the ground, just to kind of get that rhythm, then do it.
I start with my feet and kind of
That's cool. You got it now. Good. And as you get more and more comfortable with that cycle, is start thinking more and more. So you've lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of going backwards, but that's okay. You had it for the first half, and then you got it after a few contacts. Once you have the rhythm of like things are timed, then you're going to start upping the amount of energy you're striking down with. Meaning that it's less about through and more about down. And then they come up as a result of down. Yeah, it's like you're down to the ground. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring out a piece of equipment that you've never seen. This is a plug for WEC right here. The WEC plug. 12s, 8s, 12s. Okay. These are called pulsers. Like a maraca. Those are for you. When you get your hair all tied up in, those are for you. These are for me. And we're gonna play around with these a little bit. The idea behind the pulser is a pulse is what we were doing. We're striking down. With these, you feel like they have little beads inside of them. Just play around with them in your hand a little bit. I want you to grab it. Have you ever thrown a dart before? Like into a dartboard?
Not very good.
Okay, so, or like the way you would hold like a pencil. Yeah. Okay. We hold these similar where they're in like the fingertips, thumbs wrapped, and the pinky kind of goes on the bottom. Nothing goes on top. Okay, this should be nice and relaxed in here. I want you to pretend like you're throwing this like a dart into a dartboard. Flip it around so that it's up. There you go. I want you to pretend like you're throwing it into a dartboard. And I want you to just use the wrist. And do you feel the beads should hit the end? So we're pushing instead of flicking, we're gonna push. There you go. Do you feel that pop? That little ha. They should almost feel like the beads hit the bottom and then bounce out. There you go, that little pulse. Good. Now I want you to relax them down by your sides. Okay, so that movement where we cock the wrist back, we're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna always keep the wrist cocked back. So hold them down by your side, bring your wrist back, and I want you to just feel the beads. I just want you to get it. Right? We're creating a song. Someone just freestyle over this right now. Okay, and relax. Okay, so that feeling of the beads hitting is called a pulse. But now we're gonna up the pulse, meaning we're gonna create a more violent pulse. We're gonna hold them down here and we're going to strike. So listen to me do about 4 or 5 in a row. Do you see how they pop up? I'm not pulling. So I'm snapping down, but I'm keeping the wrist back. Pop. And so we're gonna have that. You're gonna strike kind of from your hip. And I want you just to let the beads do their work. Punch down.
Back up.
You're not pulling them up. You're just going down, quick as you can. There. Feel that little recoil at the bottom? So you're coming up first, just down, down. There you go, down. Keep the wrist cocked back and down. So right now, feel this. Boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop. Wrist cocked back, down. You went up first, feel that? Down, push. There you go, push, and they should bounce. So when we hit, they come up. Down. Down again. And I want you to just allow that little pop at the bottom. There we go, hard, power.
Like we're making something, like a meal.
Oh, is that? Just a little bit of salt. So what we're doing is we're gonna introduce the pulse with the contact of the feet. We're gonna start with 2 foot bounds, little pop. So first we're just gonna get the feet used to popping, and then we're gonna add the strike down to the contact to the ground. So watch first. I feel like this is gonna come flying off my butt. Okay, here we go. So wrist cock back here. So small movement. I'm not shaking them like crazy. I'm just trying to hit them straight down. What it does is that little impulse is sent through the body, creates an extra bit of strength and power at the bottom of our foot, and then it comes back through our body. Okay, so nice and tall, pulsers nice and close to the body. Get hopping first, and then add the pulse on the contact. Here we go. There you go, punch, 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 toes, toes. Now we're gonna start introducing, keep going. When you make contact, pull the toes up, 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 good. Can't see. Okay, what's that?
I don't know.
You're on, it makes sense because you're on beat, you're on that pulse, 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 pulse. It should start to feel like it's connected and you get a little bit of extra bounce off that jump. Pop, 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 pop. I want you to take your time, I want you to go back through. We're gonna do 20 contacts. 20 contacts.
20 jumps?
Yeah, 20, yep.
20.
20 total, pop, pop, pop. Straight down. There you go, punch. Good, let's bring the elbows out a bit. Good, smaller movement. Just really aggressive with the fists. Good, pop, pop, pop. There you go. 20, good, shake out. We're gonna do a couple more sets. I'm gonna make you do, I'm gonna make you shake. Do you feel these in the arms a little bit? Mm-hmm. Good, good, good. Do you think you'd be playing around with maracas and stuff?
Yeah.
So this is a way to create more power on contacts. It's also a way to help teach that rhythm. Okay.
Well, that can.
Good. Okay, here we go. Another 20. Let's get it. Tall pulse. Push, 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 push. Elbows up and back a little bit. Let's start to get a little bit more into there. Here we go. Feel that rhythm. Boom, boom. Good. Perfect. We're gonna do one more set. The sweat is
jellyfish.
The sweat's just real right now. It's just in my eyes. You feel like a jellyfish?
When I play, I'm like so excited. I want to scream. Why did you not scream?
Okay, 20 more. Let's do it. Love it. Be aggressive with the down through the whole arm. Boom, 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 boom. Get it, elbows up, elbows up. That's better. The last three I heard and they were much sharper. When you get the elbows up and back, it allows you to strike. Yeah. Strike. If you're here, it's more like you're shaking a maraca. Okay, so let's bring those back over. Awesome.